Hello and welcome back to my channel. Jean Roberts here, and let's get into it. If you don't know me and this is your first time looking at my videos, I really recommend going back and check out the beginning of how I started my spiritual journey. And this is a continuation of that. And I just wanted to jump in. So here I am at the ashram. Again, you can check out my previous video. So check out my previous video. I'm in the middle of my spiritual journey and how long it takes to get from point A to point B, but never really getting to point B because, point A is a long and winding road. That's spirituality for you. Getting to know yourself, deep diving, and finding, all the traumas and the dramas and the pain and the blame and who did this and who did what, and coming to realize that this is your own life. And you have to manage that. You have to manage your own life. You have to manage your own part, And so, in saying that, most of it when it comes to managing your life and managing your mind and managing your emotional well-being and managing even your physical well-being, it really do start inside. It really do start in here, in managing your own inner wisdom and in finding your own self, mainly finding the creator, finding God's, finding spirit, finding that thing that keeps you going. And we all have that. Some of us never gain that in our lifetime. And I hope you are not one of those people. So here I am at the ashram. And this session is about what I've learned while I was in my yoga development course at the ashram. It's a program that starts in January, around January 8th, and it goes until I think around the end of March, but you can stay until the middle of April if you want to get a yoga teacher certification, which I got. I have my yoga teacher certification. I do not teach. And there is a long story about how I come to not be teaching anymore. I used to teach, but it is a long story. It's all about being black in a white world and, not really understanding that aspect of it. So one of the things I've learned, and I've mentioned that before, it's the divine light invocation. And, the divine light invocation is calling something in, you calling in the light. And I didn't really go through the steps of the divine light invocation. And I want to share that with you because you know what? I think that Swami Radha would love that I'm sharing the divine light invocation with you guys. So when you're doing the divine light invocation, you stand usually in a circle because there's other people there, or you can do it for yourself. You can do a 40 days of it. You can do a 20 days. You can do a 50 days divine light invocation, and I actually recommend this because it would change your life. It would change your inner dialogue. It would change the light that shines upon you on the outside. So, here we go. The divine light invocation is, and I'm going to read it, although, now that I've seen it, I remember what it is. I haven't been at the ashram this year, and I'm hoping to go sometime soon. So the divine light invocation is where you stand, you take a breath, you inhale, and you basically lift your hands up to the sky. And you would notice that people do that a lot. And I don't think most people know why their hands are up to the sky. Sorry, you can see there's my hands, and here it is out here. And you lift your hands up and you take a breath and you basically say the divine light in that breath. I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. And I am growing into divine light. And you say this for a number of time. You can say 10 at a time, and you actually are inviting the divine and the light to come within. And as I say, it is an invocation and it's a prayer as well. It is a mantra. It is also a meditation. You can take it for whatever you want it to be or however you want it to be. But there, I share it with you. And one of the other things I've learned at the ashram, I talked about studying my mind, and I'm just recapping that one because studying your mind, witnessing your mind, watching your mind is the way to be aware in the world. If you want to have gain awareness, especially about your thoughts, if you want to really gain awareness about what's going on in your mind and come into the present moment, really studying your mind is important. And you may ask, how do I do that? It is the simplest thing to do. You don't have to read a book to study your mind. You don't have to go even to ashram to study your mind. You can sit in the quiet of your home and take a 5 minutes and go within and sit there and watch your mind. And as I say, your mind is like everything else. It gets shy when you just start to look at it. Stay with it. Something would come up, but you would see what is going on and you would become aware in the world. That is one of my pet peeve. I cannot handle people that is not aware. Oh, anyways, I digress because I am living in this space where I am in acceptance of those people and acceptance of how it is because I cannot change it. I do not have this power. I can only change me. And so, one of the other things that I've learned while I'm at the ashram, I have my book, stillness, how to be with yourself. Believe me, I am today year old and I still have a hard time being with with myself, especially living in this um you know transparency world, especially living in a world where I walk around with the world in my hands, my Apple phone, and I am always on, I'm always scrolling, I always want to see the next thing. I always want to hear the next thing. And I know you're doing it too. So do not point your fingers at me because I know you're doing it too. We are all doing it. But studying, being still. I okay, so I just said that I'm scrolling and I'm doing that and I'm, on YouTube and I'm looking at, Devo's quote and all the things that takes me out of my own shed. But to be honest with you, I have come back. The thing about spiritual healing is that you come back to it again and again and again because that's the tool. You can come back to it. I have come back to yoga. I've been doing yoga every morning. And I have come back to breathing and listening and taking some stillness. And yes, guess what? I'm actually reading the Bible. And this is a Bible that I asked my mom for, and she gave it to me. And I'm so grateful because I'm reading the book of Psalms. Ooh, the book of Psalms is really interesting. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of do not hate me in there. And but I'm enjoying reading that. And I've been reading a chapter a day and that is going well. Now, the other thing I learned at the ashram is the divine feminine. And the Yoshoda ashram really was founded, as I mentioned before, by Swami Radha. And Swami Radha put in place, I guess in her will, that only women could run that ashram, which is really unheard of in the East or, down in the East, down in Asia area, India area. But here in Canada, we have this ashram that is basically feminine run, female run ashram. And I love that. And at the ashram, you know, feminine, when you go there, you coming back to your femininity. You coming back to that space in your life, because getting to know yourself as a woman is to get to know yourself in your feminine aura, in your queen aura. And learning about the divine feminine, you know, at the ashram there, they have if you ever heard about Tara, you know, the green Tara, the goddess Tara, Kuan Yin, Shiva, all these deity in their feminine attire. And if you ever look at one of the deity, say for instance, you go and you know, you Google Tara or green Tara, these deity are always dressed in their best. You know, they're always looking good, they're very feminine. You know, Tara have this sweet body on her, and believe it or not, it allow you. And there is Mary there as well, you know. So there is all the deity of the world is at that ashram, and in every ashram, because an ashram again is a spiritual place. It's not a religion place. It is a spiritual place. It's a place you go to meet yourself. It's a place you go to confront your demons. It's a place you go to be in community. It's a place you go to understand that there is so much more beyond the realm of life. It's a place you go to sit still. It's a place you go to celebrate. It's a place you go to eat food, good food. It's a place you go to pray and to meditate and to be quiet and to be still. And as of this ashram here, it's a place you go to meet your feminine self, where you release the patriarchy and where you get to know yourself in a way that you haven't met yourself in the world before. I actually said when I just came back from this program, I couldn't really put into exact words the experience that I had gotten. I really couldn't, because that experience is basically individual. That experience is so profound and so big and so wide and yet so simple that how do you put it into words? There is no words for it. But what I say for myself, it was like running through the jungle, like literally with a lion chasing me. But I was having so much fun that I continue just running and allowing the lion to chase me. And I'm in the jungle, and I'm just running and running and running. But I'm there and I'm staying with it because it was so innately and deeply amazing. It was an amazing experience that I would never ever forget in this lifetime. And it's a place I can go whenever, however I am. And who can say that there is a place in the world they can go as they are? Maybe your home, yes, but a place where you are received in your own sacred self. So that is about the divine feminine. And I spoke about the divine light. So I learned about that divine light. I learned about when you start accessing the divine light, you almost become the light. You know, your vibration change, your energy change, your outlook on life change, your way of living change, literally. You cannot help it. It's like the cell in your body change. If you're praying every day to invite light in, not forgetting that, you know, we have both light and darkness. But if we're praying to stay in the light and allow ourselves to see all the dark as well, we can embrace both of them. So accessing the light and being in the light and being in that ashram literally saved me from all my trauma. And believe me, I have had a lot of that. I think I'm going to stop here in the light. Tomorrow, I'm going to finish off my ashram stay. And I welcome you to Google Yashoda Ashram. I welcome you to do that. Or just Google ashram in Canada and see what comes up. Because I guarantee you, if you have the time, or if you're going through a hard time, if you're just in a breakdown, you can go to the ashram. If you're going through a divorce, you can go there and get healing. If you're going through death in the family, if you're grieving, if you want change in your life, if you want something new, I recommend the Yoshoda Ashram, because it is a place that you go for yourself. It's a place that do not have answers. Believe me, you get the answer yourself. They don't give you. When I say there is no answers, forgive me for saying that. What I mean is that they don't give you the answer. You have the question, you sit with it, you journal it, you put it into the light, you meditate on it, you chant on it, you pray on it, and you get your own answer because it comes from within you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I guarantee you, you're going to be doing something really good for me and for you. And I say me because yeah, you're going to be helping me, build this channel, and you're going to help me, with my retirement. And you're going to also be so excited because I'm going to be just giving away all my wisdom right here. And yeah, it's the only thing you paying is to subscribe and like my channel. That's it. I love you guys. Have a good one. Do less and be more this 2026.